Welcome into Bama Central's Just a Minute alongside Katie Wyndham. I am Austin Hannon. Katie, we know what comes with fall camp. Obviously, Alabama brings in guest speakers. They've already seen Pete Rose. They've seen C.L. Shepard. So in a dream scenario, this is a little bit of a different Just a Minute. You know, if you were on the Alabama football team, if you were Nick Saban, who probably, like we said before we started, has access to anybody and everybody in the world, who would you bring in to talk to your football team prior to the season?
Yeah, if I was Nick Saban, I could pretty much snap my fingers and get anyone. First I'm gonna go for a little bit of a reach. See, I don't know. I feel like he does have a reach in all of the sports world where he can pretty much get anybody. I mean, I remember when they brought in Kobe Bryant a couple years ago. Like you said, they had Pete Rose recently. Last year they had Michael Phelps, Larry Fitzgerald. So, but in the non-sports world, I think I would go for someone like uh, maybe someone like Chris Pratt that's done a lot in Hollywood, that's been
Okay.
in the like been in all the Marvel stuff, has done TV. Um, I don't know if Saban could go for him. So I think sports wise, I think somebody cool to bring in would be Simone Biles. We've seen them do Olympians before, and I don't know how true this is, but at one time I heard that there was a good chance she considered coming to Alabama for college to compete as a gymnast, but that was like pre NIL days where in gymnastics, if because they compete in the Olympics so young that they have to choose, like, am I going to become a professional athlete and accept endorsements, and if I do that I can't compete in college. So I heard that, so maybe that Alabama tie is still there and she would want to come speak to the team and kind of her journey in two different Olympics. Honestly, after watching the Johnny Manziel documentary on Netflix, maybe they need to bring him in and say, here's what you don't need to do in college and don't need to do after you get drafted. Watch your film. But I think those would be my picks. What about you?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the season and where the position of the team is at now that they're kind of in this underdog thing and they're going up against the Georgia of college football. I'm thinking back to 2016, 2017 days of the Golden State Warriors dominating the NBA. Then of course LeBron James and the Cavaliers coming back from that 3-1 lead to win the NBA Finals. Obviously LeBron James is a big name, and he's way out in California, but I think both him and Nick Saban have the means to make it happen. It would be a thing of like Kobe Bryant, getting them in and pulling them away from their off season. But I think that'd be interesting just because he's been up against a lot obviously in his career and all the expectations he's had and from since he was 16, 17 years old, and like some of these kids on the football team and what he's become and what he was able to overcome against other teams in his legendary career. I think that would be great, just like Kobe Bryant was. There's going to be a few more, I'm sure. Usually they have 3 or 4 or 5 every fall camp before the season gets going. We've had a couple, so stay tuned. Maybe one of our picks will get highlighted this month by Nick Saban and Alabama football. But for Katie Wyndham, I'm Austin Hanna. This has been Bama Central's Just a Minute. Thanks for watching.